then my recovery plan is making me money, right? It's not the home run play, but it's also making me money. Maybe that's the plan that you should hone in on instead of the home run, trying to hit that lottery. Think about that. I think about this all the time. Like, okay, my recovery plan's solid. I can make $45 all the time. I can make a quarter all the time. I can switch to come betting and make some money all the time. And then I go, okay, cool, that worked. Now I'm going to go and really go for it, right? Well, guess what? The recovery plan's doing the freaking work. It's making the money. Maybe that's what I should be laser focused on. We're working through this whole, like the 401 series is all about tactics. And it's not about me telling you how to do things. And I think that hopefully is clear, right? The first three, the 101, 201, 301 was really about, here's how you manage your money. Here's how I do it. Here's what I recommend you do. Here's how you analyze yourself psychologically. Here's all the things that kind of go together, right? Now we're here and we know what our goals might be. I talked to you the other day about what does it mean to set meaningful goals? And a meaningful goal could be, I want to light my money on fire and have fun. That's okay. It's an okay goal. An okay goal might be, I want to make $100. An okay goal might be, I'm trying to double my money. Whatever it is, be honest about it, right? Find the way to play that can attain the goal. The best way you can think of to play in the moment to meet your goal. That's your strategy. Where your bets go, how much is out there. Having the bankroll to make it work. If you lose, are you okay? Right? I'm buying in tomorrow morning on the morning show for $6,500, right? I can withstand one loss of $3,200. I can go out there for $3,200 across. I can withstand a loss with that bankroll. Now, I can't withstand two, not enough money in the rack to do it twice, really, right? There's enough money to do it once and then try something different to get back to where I can do it again, right? The bankroll makes that determination for me, right? My mindset has to be not going on tilt when that happens. And it's going to happen. There's going to be a day where I go out there and throw that come out 7 or the puck on 7 and lose the whole spread. It's going to happen. I'm going to throw my stick. I'm going to swear. And then I have to go do one of these, pull it back in again, refocus, regroup, and get it done, right? Discipline makes that happen. Today's going to be a lot about discipline. We're going to talk discipline, a little. Won't maybe use the word so much, but as I get through today's talk, right, think about all these things and how they all play together with loss recovery. I think it's an important bit for us to go. And like I said, Gambling 401, this series really, the 401 series is about you doing your own thing. I'm going to try and give you the frameworks and the ways that I think about things and see things, kind of get inside my brain. But I'm trying to give you ways that you can put your own strategies kind of together, if that makes sense. Like formulate your own ways to play based on the things I'm giving you. So I'm giving you a lot of theory and a lot of ideas and hopefully food for thought that you can use to build things out. So here we are. Session 6, loss recovery. Loss is going to happen, right? There's no way you're not going to lose. You're not going to go, I'm 6-0 right now. I know I'm facing a loss. It's going to happen, right? The question is this, and you have lots of questions when you're in loss recovery mode, right? How many series did you plan for today, right? If you look at my rack, right? A good example, I'm buying in for 6,500. I'm going to go 3,200 across. I can lose once. I can do it again, which means I have 2 series planned for, or I can do $1,000 2 or 3 more times to kind of get it through, right? You got to plan for that ahead of time, right? Is one banger series it for you? And what I mean by that is if you're the person that's saying, I'm going to play 44 inside for 10 shooters, I'm bringing $440. I'm going to go 44 inside 10 times. If I just need one of those guys to hit, that's my win for the day. Is that the way that you're doing it? Is your recovery based on that? Saying, I don't care that I lost. 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 We're going to hit it here, if that's okay, right? When you lose, another question is you got to calculate how many wins behind am I? How many wins behind am I? An example being, again, I lose $3,200, or let's say I lose 320. Put it back in regular terms. I lose 320. Okay. I was looking to win $100. I was looking to win 4 green chips. I lose 320. How many chips am I down right now? If I lose 320, I'm down 12, right? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 green chips. I was looking to win 4. Now I'm 16 wins behind when that happens. Okay. Next question. How do you make it up? How do you make it up? Okay. Do you trust it? Hey, that plan was good. It just didn't work out that time. Do you trust it? Right. And this is the big question for me. And this is where I personally live in these last two, right? Is catching up more important to you than winning? That's the biggest question. When you look at loss recovery plans, I think this is where, again, personally, I don't want to say I struggle here, but I get quagmired in here. Trying to catch up being more important than the win. I lose my focus on the target, on that goal, in an effort to make sure I'm caught back up. If I lose that 320, I'm like all in. Let me make that 320 back. And then I'll go ahead and go. Right? Versus let's just go and surpass the 320 on the way to making profit. Right? That's one of the more important questions. That last one there, or the one before the last, is one of the most important questions you can ask yourself. What is your priority? Catching up or just keep the steamroll going? Right? Everybody has a different answer to that question in their own minds and hearts, right? And again, the other thing is, how much are you willing to spend to recover? Again, my own example. If I've got 650 in the rack and I go out 320 and I lose it, I can go out 320 again, spend another 320 trying to recover that, or I can go out there at 160 twice and try and work that. Am I willing to spend the exact same amount that I lost or more than what I lost to recover that? Or am I saying, nope, I'm gun shy now. I'm going to come out less and work a little bit harder. Again, the answers to those questions for you are different than for everybody else who's watching this show right now, right? And I think that's what I want you to take out of today is your answers to these kinds of questions really formulates how you want to go after it. So one thing we want to do, I think, is to assess the damage, right? And remember that losing compounds the job that you have. If you're trying to win 4 units, and you lose 2 units in the process, like I said before, now you need 6 to get there. You lose another 4, now you need 10. And here comes the fight. Now the gloves are off and we start the fight. What do you do in this situation? Again, I think you got to have a little bit of forethought here. Okay. This is not ooh, the table went cold, I'm going to switch everything up. Right. You know how I feel about that. All right. I think you can't do that, but you can find a different way to play that maybe is a little bit less volatile to crank yourself back up. You can go to a play that's more volatile that will get your wins back quicker, some kind of a hardcore parlay or something like that. What do you do? How do you want to have that fight once the damage has happened, right? The next thing is this, talk about your recovery options. And again, this is where I come into, right? I'm the first guy. I fight back, right? I don't worry about, like, if I go out there and I go 44 inside, let's say 44 inside, simple bet, and I lose the $44, my first move is to make back that freaking $44. The next shooters out there, I may go out $44. I may go out $64, whatever it is, right? I'm looking 1, 2, 3 collections, collect, get that $44 back in my rack, right? And then I go, okay, got back we got it back. We got back 3 rolls. My $44 is back. I feel good. I'm even again. Now I'm going to go back to plan, right? My plan may have been to go press, and pull it all down. But when I'm chasing, it's same bet. Get me back my money. And then I feel like I can go ahead and play the original way. That's how I do it. I like to fight back a little bit, right? Now, you'll see in a minute there's good and bad to that, right? You might be a fight hard person. Say, screw it. That 44 loss or that 64 loss or that whatever loss happens. Suck it up, buttercup. Ignore it and just go out again and say, this gal is going to be the one that makes it happen. This roulette dealer this is it. The shoe's going to change. I'm going to catch 5 bankers in a row, or I'm going to catch 5 dozens in a row. My plan was good. It just didn't work out. You're just going to fight through it. That's one way to recover. Another way is to go negative. And by going negative, I mean a couple of things. Change your strategy, right? Instead of betting red, black, go to 2 dozens. Pick up some more numbers, a little more coverage, and eke it up that way, right? Change the strategy. Or change your bet levels. This is negative progressions. You can go into martingales or whatever else. Change your bet levels and increase or get back to square that way before you start going in, okay? If you're going to fight back first, this is, again, my way, right? Fighting back first means focusing on getting back to even. Restarting then from a new stable base. Get it back. How do I do it? Well, sometimes I change my bet size. I lose $44. I'll often go out at 110, take a hit, regress down to 88, take a hit, little Dallas drawdown, and I'm back. I'll take 2 hits and get out. And then I get to go again. It's doubling my hit count though, right? I'm taking more hits to get where I want to be, right? You could stick it out, but with guardrails. Like I said, if I lose the $44, I go back out there, let's say at 64, same bet, turn the bets off. I got my money back. I can breathe a little bit. I can relax a minute. I can reassess what I want to do and go back out again. Stick it out, but with guardrails. I can change my play style. I have done this. We've all done this, right? Go, God, this isn't working. This inside betting, it's a cross betting. These dozens aren't working for me. Let's do something different. Instead of playing the dozens in roulette, I'm going to go to a red-black progression. Try something different, right? Maybe I'll double the bets, whatever. The cons to doing it this way is you might choke off a good run, right? If I'm going to go same bet 3 or 4 times before I feel like I can play again, sometimes I'll choke off a good run. I'll be 7, 8 rolls behind the table, right? In recovery mode, I'm just getting back to even on roll 8 or 9, right? Roll 8 or 9, by the way, is a miracle in craps on its own. And then when I go, okay, cool, it's time to go. And then the 7 comes, like, shit, now I'm behind again, right? Whereas if I was just playing it straight through, I might have recovered the 44 I lost plus a little bit extra money, right? That's the con to playing this way. However, it does make me feel personally stable. And if that's you, if you're conservative and you want to feel stable, fight back first, then make your new decision, knowing full well that you might choke off a good run and you might miss out on something. It happens a lot, right? But again, the pro to that is you're restarting from stability and you let it go again, okay? If you're going to be the fight hard person, you're going to ignore the loss. You just don't care, right? Some of you guys play by what we call the rule of tens, right? I'm bringing enough money for 10 shooters or 10 series. If I'm going to do, for example, on roulette, the little Casino Quest play that you do $25 on a color, and when it hits, you go to the dozens, and when that hits, you go to the dozens plus a street. That costs you $25 to do that, right? 10 times is $250. I'm going to take 10 cracks at it, $250. It's going to work or it's not, right? When it works, you win like 9 units and you're in great shape, okay? If you're going to be a rule of 10 person, say, I'm just going to bring $250. I'm doing that thing no matter what. Boom. My planned recovery is just to keep playing it out and let it happen. I'm going to trust my way, but I'm going to play it for a longer period of time, okay? I may have to plan or bankroll a switch in the middle of that, right? Now, the con to this, you may dig your hole deeper, right? If that play doesn't work, the roulette play I just gave, it doesn't work, you lose a quarter, you lose a quarter, you lose a quarter, you lose a quarter, you're 4 down, you're digging the hole, right? Instead of trying to win 4 quarters, you're trying to win 8 now, okay? If the system works, it'll work. If it was a good system to start with and you get it to work, Bob's your uncle and it works, right? That's the idea here. Some players just say, you know what? I trust what I was going to do. I'm going to beat my head against that wall and trust what I do because I know that it works more often than it doesn't work. I win with this system 76% of the time. Well, I just lost 1, which means I'm going to win a bunch more in a row. That's cool, right? Have the bankroll to do it and trust the system, okay? Another option, of course, is chasing it, right? You can chase it down. You can do a negative progression. You can plan for loss ahead of time. This is what a lot of people teach us, in roulette especially, martingales, ladders. Go lose, go up with your bets. Lose, go up with your bet. Lose, up with your bet. You win all the way back down and you're back to okay, right? Plan for loss as part of your way of playing. Martingales, ladders, the Labouche system. Parlay pressing, which is an aggressive style. The Baccarat style, which is an aggressive style of play. These are negative progressions, but they're also very aggressive. On a 50-50 bet, that's easy to manage. Red, black, roulette, banker player, Baccarat, pass line, don't pass line, craps. It's easy to do, martingales and that kind of thing. When you get into wider spreads, it's much more problematic. Okay, I'll show you some examples at the table here, but for example, on a craps table, if you have just a $12 6 and 8 and you lose it, okay, when you go ladder up, the ladder systems have got to win back what you lost, which means you lost $24. Your next bet on both bets has to be enough to win $24, which means you have double both bets. So you're not going out there for just, double the one, you got to double 2 bets. And eventually the exponential nature of that is going to kill you in the rack. Okay. it's an enormous bankroll requirement. You lose 64 across, right? Your next bet has to be 320 across because you got to win the $64 back on the next hit. You go from 64 to 320 in one level if you're going to ladder your bets up. You got to be careful about that. So if you're going to do it, fine, plan for it. Well, here's the thing. When it's all done, you get back on the horse, right? You return to, once you get yourself recovered, once I get back, I can go. I say it all the time, right? My dealers will even laugh. Like, I'm back, let's go. It's house call time, right? But you can fall into this trap of treading water and never getting out of the gate. If you stay in recovery mode forever, you can be there forever. In other words, I lose $44. I go back out with $44 again. Same bet. I win the $44 back. I'm back to even, 7. Okay, now I'm down $44 again. Rinse and repeat. You can be in this tie situation forever, right? You lose twice in a row. Now you got to win 6 same bets to get back, right? You see what I'm saying? So you never might get out of the gate. You got to be careful of it. And you also might miss out on the perfect chance, right? I say all the time, like, one of my favorite plays is that G Money 5 and 9, right? I love that. I love the flipping the 4 and 10, right? The G Money 5 takes 4 hits to get it, right? You take a hit, you full press it, you collect it, you take a full hit, right? I love that method of play. If you're in recovery mode and you're same betting, you might hit 3 5s as a same bet and make nothing on that roll where you could have made 4 times your spread. It takes you out of your regular game to do it like this. But again, that's a knowing thing. You got to decide what you're going to do. Are you okay with missing out on the perfect scenario for your strategy while you're in recovery mindset? If that's okay with you, right? Then we look to get back on the horse. Otherwise, you let the pedal go. And your call. Here's some food for thought as I close this out. And I run into this myself a lot. And I really want you to think about this, okay? If you can reliably lose and then easily recover, okay, now process that. If you can reliably lose, which we all can, and then easily recover. In other words, I lose $25 on the red and black. I know that I can go 2 dozens with the same $25 size bet and win that $25 back every single time. Then my recovery plan is making me money, right? It's not the home run play, but it's also making me money. Maybe that's the plan that you should hone in on instead of the home run, trying to hit that lottery. Think about that. I think about this all the time. Like, okay, my recovery plan's solid. I can make $45 all the time. I can make a quarter all the time. I can switch to come betting and make some money all the time. And then I go, okay, cool, that worked. Now I'm going to go and really go for it, right? Well, guess what? The recovery plan's doing the freaking work. It's making the money. Maybe that's what I should be laser focused on, okay? A great example of this is the Skill 66. I use this strategy a lot to recover. I use it a lot in recovery. And honestly, it could be a go-to and go home type of thing. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. Thanks for watching. Please feel free to leave us a comment here in the comment section for the video, but really better still, join us on Discord. Go to casinogaming.tv and hit the community link in the menu there and join our Discord. That's where me, other YouTubers, and all of our subscribers hang out. We sit there and talk strategy and just BS kind of all day long. It's a great way to get connected and stay connected and kind of interact with the team, learn about meetups and get-togethers and all that kind of stuff. So with all that said, again, thanks for watching. I really appreciate your time. God bless you, and I will see you in the next one.